Landing gear retracted. Frameshift drive charging. Warning, temperature critical. Hull integrity compromised. Warning, temperature critical. Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging. Frameshift drive charging. System scan complete.
Colonia Bridge project faces possible changes. Brewer Corporation is enhancing the travel corridor to Colonia, but details about the project's next phase remain uncertain. Business-related newsfeed the Tau Cetai Journal published this feature. There's no doubt that Brewer Corporation always thinks big. It has enjoyed huge commercial success as a manufacturer of starports and outposts, and its Drake-class fleet carrier has been enormously popular. The Colonia Bridge is the megacorp's most expensive undertaking yet, investing hundreds of billions of credits on the transportation infrastructure between the core systems and Colonia. More than one analyst predicted that the project might financially destabilize them. The first two phases proceeded on schedule. Before the end of this month, there will be a chain of 56 stationary megaships along systems between Alcor and Colonia. But there are rumors of a change of plans for Phase 3, which may be early next year. It is believed that Brewer Corporation is revising its plans based on the unexpectedly high levels of participation from the galactic community. In support of this, one company insider did reveal that more engineered frameshift drives are being manufactured to be offered as incentives to contributing pilots in the third phase.
Surface scan complete.
Crime wave raises security concerns. An expert larcenist known as the Winking Cat has triggered widespread alarm with a spree of high-profile thefts. Vox Galactica published this feature by crime correspondent Mira Bukovsky. Last month, the galaxy's most infamous thief reappeared in the headlines after a long absence. It appears the Winking Cat is making up for lost time by stealing multiple items in quick succession. One notable target was a portrait of Emperor Alban Henser de Val, the 10th ruler of the Empire. Painted in 2989, it was notable for being 7 meters high, as was the graphic of a smirking feline face engraved on the wall where it once hung. Another disappearance, albeit of a less artistic nature, was the only working prototype of Achilles Corporation's XS-1001 security robot. This was being guarded by several XS-801 models which, according to insiders, were found lying on their sides and emitting an unusual purring sound. There are reports of several other rare or precious artifacts disappearing from secure locations. In all cases, there are no clues as to how security systems were circumvented. The Wallglass Investigations Agency has theorized that the Winking Cat may not be an individual after all, but a group of criminal specialists working together. They also suspect that these latest thefts may be intended for some larger purpose. Far God megaship hijacked by Theta 7. NMLA figurehead Theta 7 has taken control of the sacrosanct megaship and redirected it to the Madrid system. Several months ago, the leader of Theta Group and his closest aides evaded capture by posing as members of the Far God cult. One of their pilgrimage vessels, the Sacrosanct, has now bypassed its scheduled flight plan and jumped to Madrid. ACT's joint leader Captain Milo Castile broadcast an emergency statement. We can confirm that despite being few in number, the terrorists are in command of the Sacrosanct. Since Far God worshippers are pacifists and fatalistic in nature, it's likely that they offered little resistance. Theta 7 has stated that he will wipe out the vessel's entire population if any attempt to seize the vessel is made. Our intel suggests he possesses caustic enzyme explosives of the type used in the Starport bombings, making his threat credible. Also in the system is the Steel Majesty megaship, recently overtaken by the Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid. ACT believes that the NMLA is regrouping its forces and aims to provide protection for Theta 7. Madrid's ruling faction, the Epsilon Fornarchus Empire Group, has ordered system security to shoot down any vessels attempting to pass between the two megaships. Gatekeeper megaships established. Factions responsible for the distribution of conditional access permits have deployed so-called Gatekeeper megaships to neighboring systems. The agreement between 14 factions intends to allow permit distribution procedures to continue regardless of the political status of the associated systems. Though the reason for system access restrictions varies between the factions, preventing any disruption to interstellar trade was a key factor in the talks. A spokesperson for Alioth Independence, one of the factions involved, offered the following. It is rare that so many participants from across the core systems are able to reach an agreement so easily. These megaships will ensure that the flow of traffic within our respective borders remains appropriately controlled, providing support for the permit offices in those systems. Only a few short years ago, the system of Tiliana saw disruption in assigning permits to eligible visitors due to political disturbances. The Panjabel system experienced this problem again within recent months. These lessons have inspired us to prevent further repetitions in the future. I would like to thank each faction representative for their contributions to maintaining consistency in our methods for the ease of pilots, recognizing the valuable contributions they make to the galactic economy. Permit distribution to eligible recipients will still be carried out remotely. Dredger clan freed from Orion University. Pilots Federation alert. The Scrivener's clan dredger has been fully repaired, following twin initiatives in the HIP-4 3670 system. A campaign by supporters of the Scrivener's clan delivered emergency power cells, power converters and power transfer buses to the Alliance of HIP 42371 at Oremus Terminal. A spokesperson for the group announced, as a result of our efforts, the dredger has received sufficient supplies to effect repairs. Most importantly, the new power systems mean it will shortly be able to bypass Orion University's override codes and be free to travel the galaxy once more. A parallel campaign by Orion University's partner independent HIP-4 3670 Labor requested deliveries of anomalous bulk scan data, unusual encrypted files and unidentified scan archives to Shara Gateway in HIP-4 3670. However, these were not sufficient to convince the nomadic tribe to agree to its offer of sharing future discoveries. Vice-Chancellor Leland Pettigrew expressed his regret, but confirmed that Orion University will honor the outcome and withdraw its claim over the dredger. Contributors to both initiatives can now collect their rewards from Shara Gateway or Uranus Terminal in the Ep.185 system.
Surface scan complete.
The Battle of Madrid. Pilots Federation alert. The Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid and the Epsilon Fornarchus Empire Group have declared war in the Madrid system. The Steel Majesty megaship is serving as the base of the Neo-Marlinist forces. These include many surviving NMLA terrorist cells that gathered to overtake the vessel from the Marlinist colonies. Also in the system is the Far God Cult megaship Sacrosanct, where the NMLA's de facto leader Theta 7 and the remnants of Theta Group have been in hiding for months. They recently took control of the vessel and are holding thousands of cultists hostage. The Neo-Marlinist Order of Madrid have offered a uniquely augmented enzyme missile rack to its highest contributors if certain objectives are met. Margrave Corentin Delacroix broadcast a call to arms. All those who seek to topple the Duval dictators must fight alongside us here and now. Neo-Marlinism has no future unless its believers defend it. The Epsilon Fornarchus Empire Group is orchestrating its campaign from Payne Scott City Starport. Senator Denton Patrias has requested that Imperial auxiliaries provide the faction with combat support. ACT's co-leader Captain Saskia Landor stated, "The NMLA clearly places huge value on Theta 7's ability to produce caustic enzyme weapons, and has risked concentrating in large numbers to defend him. If he can transfer to the Steel Majesty and escape, the threat of further atrocities like the 9 Martyrs bombings will remain high."
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Colonia Bridge project extended to 3,308. Pilots Federation alert. The second phase of the Colonia Bridge project is complete, with Brewer Corporation confirming details for Phase 3. An additional 26 megaships have taken up stationary positions in systems between Alcor and Colonia. Along with the existing 30 megaships, these will provide convenient rest, refuel and repair facilities to those traveling to and from the distant Colonia region. A press release from Brewer Corporation addressed the next steps. The galactic community has made enormous contributions to establishing the Colonia Bridge. Encouraged by this, we have revised our plans and increased investment in the project. The next phase is scheduled to commence on the 6th of January 3308 and will add starports to key locations along the route. These will provide further services and opportunities to pilots, as well as forming permanent micro-communities between the core systems and Colonia. Phase 3 will also address the availability of tritium to improve refueling capacity for owners of our Drake-class fleet carriers. To incentivize the delivery of vital materials, we will be offering the same engineered frame shift drives that proved so popular during Phase 2. Aegis renegades face criminal charges. Admiral Aidan Tanner and the crew of the Musashi megaship will be placed on trial for attacking Salvation's allies. The Admiral disobeyed orders by attempting to gain access to Hindmine Starport, the headquarters of Taurus Mining Ventures. After failing to achieve this, most of the Musashi's crew members were detained and repatriated to their respective home systems to face civil or military charges. The Federal Navy has published this official notice. Admiral Tanner is formally accused of mutiny and unlawful military action while in command of the Musashi. He will stand trial in a general court-martial. If found guilty, he will be dishonorably discharged and imprisoned for life. Dr. Paul Baumann, chair of the Independent Board of Inquiry into Aegis, commented, "Recent events in the T-Tauri system clearly fall within the scope of our investigation. For Aegis's chief military liaison to launch an unauthorized attack, at the cost of many lives, will weigh heavily against the organization." Admiral Tanner claims that the anti-Zeno superweapon deployed by Salvation in the Corsair system has triggered an increase in Thargoid attacks. Although there is no direct evidence of this, the Thargoids have performed coordinated strikes against several systems in the weeks since that event. Thargoid invasion of Nebula systems intensifies. Pilots Federation alert. Systems in the California, Coalsack, Pleiades and Witchhead nebulas are under sustained assault by the Thargoids. Vox Galactica featured this report from freelance war correspondent Ernesto Rios. Multiple starports have been crippled by Thargoid attacks in recent weeks, with anti-Zeno squadrons struggling to protect them. Many commanders told me that this latest wave is proving unusually difficult to repel, with a steady stream of reinforcements replacing those alien vessels destroyed in battle. In normal times, Aegis would coordinate the defense effort, but its operations remain suspended due to the Baumann inquiry. Today, it is clear that many of the superpowers' leaders have more faith in Salvation after his triumph in the Corsair system, believing that he holds the key to defeating the Thargoids. Both the Imperial Navy and the Alliance's Council of Admirals have suggested committing naval forces to support Salvation. In the Federation, Congress has debated redirecting funds that will ring-fenced for Aegis to accelerate development of the anti-Zeno superweapon. As yet these are merely discussions, but do illustrate the wide-reaching impact of the Corsair incident. In the meantime, in the absence of direct support from either Aegis or Salvation, pilots are sacrificing their lives as they fight courageously to push back the Thargoid fleets.
Orbital flight engaged. Landing gear